Hello everyone and welcome back to English 1510 for the week 7 overview. Do a quick overview here of some of the announcements that were posted up just to make sure that you all have a good understanding of what these are and what's been reiterated and then what's going to follow up with these. These announcements here are no direct quote for required for rhetorical analysis, and then the memoir final submissions, grades, rewrites, those things. I'm putting both these announcement notes into your content file. So if you go through when you see this posted today, these will be gone, and I'm going to start, if there are any contingent announcements, anything that's relevant for some of these topics, I'm going to post those to a file in here on prior announcements. So if you go into your content file, you'll see that they're still in here. I'll put them in here so that anything you need to review that was relevant for those weeks, you'll see them there. Okay, so just note that these ones here on the no direct quote from last week and then the memoir things. On the memoir, I want to reiterate, I'll take into consideration anybody that didn't have the summary and outline posted before you had that final draft in, if there was anybody remaining there. A couple of you I was still in discussion with, and then a few others. Just some odd issues with a few files here and there. But the other thing I wanted to say, that in terms of the drafting, remember that that's the draft submissions. You do your peer edit forum, and then the credit that I give is typically just looking at the format and main content for those of you who have gotten all those files back, which should be everyone, if not the majority of students in each of the online sections. I know the face-to-face are already posted and have been, but if anybody had that, just remember those are based solely on that bit of criteria. And then when it comes to the final submission on there, remember you get to rewrite the memoir after that's finally reviewed for the final draft, so that shouldn't be of concern. And then with the rhetorical analysis, what I will do for the online sections is anyone who was the last ones, if it wasn't for an issue on the end that we were working on something because of your extenuating circumstances, those of you who are dealing with medical situations, illnesses, family disruptive things that you gave me documentation for, those ones, it'll be sort of hit or miss. But if there was anything on this end of just posting the file, I will try and make sure you are the first ones to get the rhetorical analysis summary and outline feedback, so that you get those first. You have at least the opportunity this time to be first to the gate on reviewing and revising any of that content stuff. I think everybody so far, though, has a pretty good understanding of what they're doing with rhetorical analysis from what I've seen. So I'm going to go through that in just a second here. Okay, and now you didn't see a glitch. You just saw your screen switch to have those announcements removed. They are now in your content file up here as I showed before. So everybody should see these here as the second item that you can review. Syllabus here, and then prior announcements in case you need to review those. Again, on those prior announcements, you had the information on the memoir final submissions, all those draft things. The other thing last week was the required quote on rhetorical analysis. I did not make it a requirement this semester to have a direct quote because I did not require students, or I should say I did not restrict students to ads that included dialogue or captions. So I removed that requirement. So some of you had already done those things in there. You can keep that in there. That's just fine. It's nothing that's going to detract from the paper, to say the least. But for those of you who saw that and it was something that was confusing you because you didn't necessarily have dialogue or any caption component there, that could have been something that you were concerned about at the prior date before that was posted. So thank you again to Amanda for pointing out one of those things, and then also the issue that the rhetorical analysis discussion forum for the peer review on that one didn't show up for you guys. I had the something in one of the classes. I saw it was posted. It showed up in 2, and then in other 2 classes it was not showing up for. So for the 2 that it wasn't showing up, Amanda pointed that out to me, and I went through and both reposted and published all of that, so everything should show up on there. I'm now in student view, so I can see that it's both here and up here under my discussion forums, and I'll go through that in just a second here. So the first thing, week 7 overview, of course your video will be posted here. Note that I am taking the videos that were prior and the weeks prior and keeping them with their weeks that we've already passed, just in case there's something you needed reiteration on. You can go back over those. This week 6 was last Monday, showing the extended due dates there. I had made the announcement about, I completely forgot about when I was making the schedule prior to the semester, I forgot about the Super Bowl weekend, and I did have 17 students contact me about having to work that weekend. I know you others had family issues and other things and just wanting to have the day for that event to spend with family and friends. So both of those I found to be valid, so I did push those dates. Everybody had an extension there on both the forum and the draft submission. So I'll go to those now on week 7. Obviously, this week, it is time now to start thinking about some of the MLA things and what we're going to be doing with our research and the upcoming assignment of a research paper. That content's going to be posted up after the break for you guys to review and get into research topics. So if you want to go through and preview the content under English 1510 Research and MLA Citation Argumentation videos, those are not assigned until weeks 9 and 10, but you can go up through your content, look at these videos here, and go through them. They will officially be assigned in weeks 9 and 10. Essentially, you'll have 2 in week 9 and 2 in week 10. Those focus on getting to know those online library databases that are accessible here through library, and you also have library Ask a Librarian for anyone who needs that support while we're doing research pieces. Just remember, when we get to weeks 9 and 10, we're looking at data that we're going to be pulling from our databases. That's all peer-reviewed full text content, right? So you'll have to go through selective process there and what your reading material and sourcing material is going to be for that assignment when we get there. So that's something just as a preview. You'll see here in week 8 coming up, you have midwinter recess. So you won't have anything that's required there as long as you're up to date on the prior assignments. For this week on reading, I have chapters 13 and 24 from 3rd edition and 14 and 25 out of the 4th edition. Again, didn't have anything indicating a 2nd edition for any students. Reposted from week 6, just stating the discussion board. You're going to read and review at least one classmate's rough draft in the discussion board no later than next Tuesday, the 28th, and then the rhetorical analysis final draft will be due by the following Monday, March 13th. So that will be after you return from your break. So in this week on these submissions, note that on week 6 I changed this. Everyone has this week until Wednesday. You put your rough draft in the Dropbox by this evening for the rhetorical analysis. You can get that same draft copy and pasted into the discussion forum by this Wednesday at 11:30 p.m. Shouldn't be an issue. You should be able to go ahead and do it this evening. I extended it because that Dropbox discussion board, the discussion board was not viewable until I republished for some of the classes. So you'll have today and tomorrow to fully review if that's of any concern for anyone. Just remember, I have this as a posting that you're putting your draft up by then so that your classmates have time to review it and discuss. Then everyone has to make sure they've reviewed at least one classmates and posted a review and commentary there by the 28th, next Tuesday. That will allow your classmate to have the time over break to go over anything that's been commented on by both myself and classmates on the review there to make changes for the draft submission of the final after we return from the break. All right, so this final draft submission, note, March 13th, you're only on the 20th of February right now. That means I'm not assigning anything officially for next week. Giving this date so where you can submit these, submit those, or post your review of a classmates by the 28th is just giving enough extension time for anybody who still has to do that. They'll be up by this Wednesday in the posted form, and then that will give you guys from the 28th through the 12th to review any classmates' comments or mine on those and then submit. That will be officially in the week 9 rhetorical analysis final draft due by that Monday. Research paper information, we're going to start on that week. We'll post up that Dropbox and you'll have that week to start going over just for a summary and working thesis. Okay, so note again, this week the main thing that you're submitting this evening for week 7, you have your rough draft that goes in by this evening on the 20th as posted last week. rough drafts due by this evening on the 20th by 11:30. Your Dropbox is still open here. This Dropbox indicates that you have to have the rhetorical analysis components. Draft should be at least the 750 words. It should be third person only. You're talking about rhetorical devices. You're not saying rhetorical concepts for topic sentences, right? So things like imagery, sound, celebrity spokesperson, those kinds of things. Make sure that you've reviewed all the documents that are here. I put a strike through on the direct quote content, so remember, that's not part of the base requirement here for these. So in the drafting portion, that shouldn't be of concern to anyone. Now, the other thing, as I said, that posted up on here is the peer review forum. It should be accessible here under upcoming events. If you don't see it, make sure that you have this arrow clicked so it's pointing down to display all the upcoming events. You can click on the forum here, or you can go up here under discussions and click and scroll down past your introduction. Memoir should not be displayed here as the primary that's open. You'll see the discussion forum itself. Here down below are all the requirements. Everyone must submit their draft here by Wednesday the 22nd at 11:30 p.m. That is this upcoming Wednesday. And then go through and read and review at least one classmates in their own forum by 11:30 p.m. next Tuesday. Make sure that you note these things and you're keeping abreast of the contents and requirements on these. Make sure that you're looking at what it explains here. Again, this will be both helpful for you as the student writing one as well as a student reviewing one for your classmate. The rhetorical devices are not logos, ethos, and pathos. Logos, ethos, and pathos refer to rhetorical concepts, right? Those refer to the types of appeals the devices make, like logical appeals, appeals to emotions, appeals to association with familiarity, etc. So if you say that imagery is a rhetorical device, imagery might be used to make logical appeals or ethical appeals in terms of what ethos as a concept is, right? When we're talking about ethics, we're usually talking about credibility, not the same thing as moral ethics when we're taking an ethics course. Credibility is usually stating that if you're using something that has an ethos form of appeal, you might have a doctor talking about something that concerns a medical background, and that would have an ethos appeal because of the doctor's presumed credibility in that field. Or you'll have an ethos appeal with celebrity presenters, which is typically just based off their popularity, right? The credibility appeal there is simply that we find them to be a familiar figure and they are appealing to us in some way, so we listen to what they have to say, right? Kevin Hart is not an expert on soda pop, but he's definitely been in pop commercials as a credibility type of appeal to the audience. So make sure you've reviewed this and post those up and have the content there for yourself and both your classmate. And the upcoming events, the only things you need to make sure that you're following here this week, again, the rough draft for the rhetorical analysis is due this evening by 11:30 p.m. into the Dropbox. Then you have until Wednesday this week, the 22nd, to make sure here that you've posted your rough draft to that forum. You have until next Tuesday to make sure that you've reviewed and peer-reviewed and posted that peer review and commentary to the forum for your classmate. After the 28th, I have the forum set to where you can review all commentary, but no one will be able to post anything to the forum after the 28th, okay? And that doesn't mean that if you then post your draft anytime after the 22nd, you still get that full credit for it. Then in the weeks ahead here, guys, again, you have that entire time between the rough draft goes in now, rough draft goes in the discussion board forum by the 22nd. Review everybody's by the 28th. I will post commentary on the summary outline by that time, and everyone will have both the peer review and your summary outline feedback before you have to post your rhetorical analysis final draft into the Dropbox by March 13th. So it should be a good enough spread for everybody to have time between assignments. And remember on this, these closing dates, these are on rhetorical and are on the peer review forms. In your calendars, it will only show the closing date. It doesn't show the opening date. You have to click on those files to see that content. Remember that in all those requirements. All right? So if you have any questions, again, at this time of the semester, it's typically easiest to send me one of the instant messages up through here that I can get back to you on.